Hello, everyone. Um, Brian here. Now, as you all probably know by now, um, the king of pop, if you will, Michael Jackson, passed away earlier in the day, yesterday, I should say now, since it's about 12:43 in the morning here, Pacific time. And a lot of people say this comes out of left field. I mean, it came out of left field not just me, but for my friends. Me and my friends back in high school, one of the things we would listen to a lot was Michael Jackson music. And I'm pretty sure that those that worked at Walmart and Food for Less and Burger King all listened to it as well. And I'm not saying that they weren't the only ones. I know everyone all over the world listened to this guy's music, and well, quite honestly, it really was a surprise. But what are you going to do? I mean, God had, as I've been told, God has a reason for everything. God has a reason for sometimes people passing on, sooner than they should. Some people, if you look at it in a religious standpoint, might think that with the passing of not just Michael, but also the passing of someone like Farrah Fawcett and then earlier in the week Ed McMahon, some people might say, well, the passing of these icons, if you will, maybe it's God's way of saying, hey, if I'm willing to take these people, if I'm willing to tell these people it's time for them to be with me in paradise, then what am I telling you? Basically, what he's telling us is that our time could be at any time, and I'm not just talking individually as people that our time could come. I'm talking about like with the with the rapture and all that. What is he saying basically by doing this? He's just saying that if I'm willing to do this, then when am I gonna? When do? Basically, what am I willing to do about you guys? Basically, he's saying that this came out of left field for you. This was unexpected. What are you gonna do on the day that you hear the trumpet calling, and on that day you wake up, and let's say your family is just disappeared. Your kids are gone. You don't know where they are. And all of a sudden you realize that time has happened. I know that probably doesn't make sense to a lot of you, but basically what I'm saying is that if this is kind of a shock to us as fans of not just Jackson but of Farrah and Ed and the others that have passed on throughout the years, then what is being said here? What is being said here, like I said, that if God is willing to call these people home before their time, instead of giving them a chance to live the rest of their lives, live through it, conquer the cancer that they have, or try to resuscitate or be resuscitated to do what they must, then what has he got planned for us? You see, that's the question. I'm sure if you look at it from a religious standpoint, a lot of people will be asking, what does he have planned for us? If he's willing to do this, willing to call them home, what plan does he got for us? And honestly, as a fan, for me it was kind of a shock, but like I said, what are you going to do? In my family, I was primarily, my family was a family of five, and it was me and my sisters, my mom and dad, and I was the only one in my family, as far as I know, that was a true, that really listened to his music. I mean, Beat It, his song Beat It from his Thriller album, really got me into his music, and that was about 1982, 83, and I've been a fan since then, so you're talking about maybe 27 years I've been a fan. Despite what, you say about him, despite what he's gone through, and despite what he's done, if you look past that, you got to say that besides what he's done and what he has done and what he's been accused of and things like that, if you look past that and you look at his musical abilities and his talent, that's all that really matters when it comes to someone like this. I mean, he, as people have said, he changed the face of music forever. I mean, like I told my mom, he is basically the Elvis Presley of my generation. We all know that Elvis from the 50s to 70s was, he if you want to look at it in a role reversal, Elvis was like the Michael Jackson of my mom's generation, of our parents' generation. And And the same could be said for Michael. He's like the Elvis Presley of our generation, and we all know that, and we all, can remember how, from our parents telling us and our grandparents telling us, how the world felt when they heard that Elvis had passed away and back in '77. So you think about, 32 years later, here comes another guy that, here goes, Michael Jackson, who, like I said, is like the Elvis of our generation. And to me, I've always liked his songs, and I've always liked them. And Beat It, Thriller, Black or White, Smooth Criminal, You Are Not Alone, Jam, Heal the World, Rock My World. I could just go on and on with names of all and name all his songs, but to me, he was probably one of the best, if not the best, musical artist out there. I know a lot of people have tried to emulate his style and his music throughout the years, but nothing can stand up to the original. I'm such a fan at times that when it comes to my fan vids, like with the Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, I have used some of his songs in those fan vids based on the Sonic comic books. I've used songs like Will You Be There, You Are Not Alone, Beat It, Remember the Time, and a few others. And it's not just Sonic either. I did a fan vid with the Rescue Rangers back at the beginning of last year in 2008 with Smooth Criminal. And I did one I did one sort of like a monk art tribute, if you will, called Black or White. The monk art, Tavin Monk Art, who's like a great artist, great fan artist that you can find on Furifidient and DevinArt, and at his site, which is I think TevinMonkArt.com, or you can find him at ChippendaleOnline.com or the Acorn Cafe. And I used Black or White in his music for a music video as a tribute to his artistic talents, because he had done so much for the community, the Ranger community, as fans. Not just drawing furry or animalistic versions or anamorphic versions of a fellow cafe and Ranger fans themselves, but just if you commissioned him for something like unusual, sometimes he would do it. But getting back to what I'm saying, I like Michael Jackson's music so much to the point that I used it in all those videos. And again, it is a tragic loss for, as a fan. As a fan, like I said, you can't really do anything but pray for his family, and hope that God is with them, watching over them. And I'm pretty sure, in fact I believe that, despite what you think of him, despite what you think of him, what he's done and what he's been accused of, that I know right now he's in peace. He's finally at peace with the angels and in heaven with God and the Lord Jesus. So he's up there, and in peace in paradise right now, along with Farrah and Ed and many others that have passed on. But that's all I could say, really. Michael Jackson, like I said, a huge icon in music history. The only guy to, as far as I know, to be inducted twice into the Hall of Fame and have two stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and just unbelievable. So, but that's really all I have to say. And may God, like I say, be with his family. I know he's in a better place. I know he's with the Lord now. And really, that's all I have to say. And may he rest in peace. And that's all I have to say. Michael Jackson, dead at the age of 50, born in 1958, passed away in 2009. God is with him. He is now with God, as far as I know. I truly believe he's with God now, so may he rest in peace and live in paradise forever.